All right, guys, can you hear me now? All right, guys, can you hear me now? All right, how about now? Oh, thanks. All right, there is a bit delay in what I'm saying versus what you are hearing. So anyway, so we can get started. The music isn't too loud, right? Now? Is it still loud? Oh, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, wonderful. So, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. So, let's get started. So, this is Labor Day weekend for us. So, I thought of putting some show together. I think it's going to be a pretty good show. Rashmi, thank you. Astrographia, thank you for joining. And thank you, Jess, for joining as well. Gregory McKenna, I really appreciate joining. I think these are the guys I see. And if someone else is also there, thanks for joining as well. Okay. All right. So what I did was I put some material together, like, oh, no audio. Okay, so I put some material together. So I wanted to show you guys like live Jupiter. Hey Duan, how are you? How many people watching right now? I don't know. Oh, Chris, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is going to be a wonderful show. Guys, I think you will really love it because it's going to be more educational too rather than I'm from Chile. Oh, okay. You got a beautiful scope there, right? I mean, it's awesome. Most of the remote observatories are there in Chile, so you guys have, I hope you're seeing the Jupiter right now. I'll cover the right side screen so that you can. Good to see you are using RASA. Yes, this is RASA. Actually, I'm unleashing the power of RASA today. I've been playing a lot with it. So, actually, you'll appreciate why I was trying to do this. Because it's actually better to show live. Thanks, Rashmi. Yeah, it is kind of lucky for us this today. Rashmi, we've been cloudy pretty much most of the time. So today is like a break time, I guess. I mean, we've been getting like intermittent clouds. All right. All right, guys. Sorry, I have to move my camera a little bit to see where the cursor is. Okay, so this is actually Jupiter, what you're watching right now. You're watching Jupiter with like 4 moons, okay? So if I reduce this a little bit, so this is actually RASA field of view is like so big, so you won't be able to see like, you know, if it is Celestron 14 and if you are using like Barlos and all, like you saw my Saturn images and my Jupiter images, I guess it would be a lot easier actually to see, you know, like huge images. But when you are seeing on RASA, you would be seeing pretty much like a small screen. But the power is actually what you can do with that power is you can see literally any moons out there. Like right now, like there are 4 moons, like you can see there. Actually, there is one more, like right here. Right. Yeah, I zoomed in way too much, so I'm trying to zoom out less. So the moons here that you are seeing are, so let me check the real time. There is a software called WinZupos, WinZupos, WinZupos. And that one actually tells you what your live view that you're watching is. All right, so it's a better view. So the one on the top, the moon is Io. If you can see the one towards the Jupiter, the one that is too close. Actually, the one that is too close is Ganymede, and the one that is next to it is Io, and the ones that are further away, those two moons are one is Callisto, the other one is Europa, like the two moons on the right hand side. And let me show you guys. So this is the view that you get from what we call the WinZupo software, and it actually shows you like when I click a real time, it tells you like what are these moons, because these keep like rotating around Jupiter, so you won't be able to like really know which ones you are looking at. Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Using RASA, I think it's a pretty good deal actually to see the planets. I like actually seeing asteroids with it, or any other like smaller deep space objects, because you would actually get a better view. Even though they are like faint, you should be able to see them like really using the RASA, because you're almost looking at the live view of the planets. Yeah, most of the time when I see like the planets, particularly the Jupiter and all, you would always see them like one behind the other, and I never saw them this close. So if I actually take a capture of these using the options, the start capture, like maybe like 2000 frames or 1000. I would say 2000 would be a better bet, but I think if you limit the time for Jupiter, like maybe for like 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes, more than the frames, I guess, I think you get a better deal, because after that Jupiter starts rotating and you don't get like a perfect view of Jupiter. Good. Yeah, it's a perfect view of Jupiter, actually. Hey, how are you? I don't know your name, Roswell Astronomy, but I wish to call you by name, but I'll call you Roswell Astronomy for now. How are you doing? I'm taking some images flat for my astrophoto right now. Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, I love the way the four moons are stacked. Roswell, it is pretty neat. I like the way they are. If I use like a C14. Oh, okay, good, good. Yeah, I heard CJ. Yes, thank you. I couldn't say Roswell at all, but I'm fine with it. CJ, thank you. Yeah, so anyway, the deal was, yeah, you see those moons there? Like the reason I liked these moons actually show up the colors, even though they are like pretty faint. And I don't know if you can make out the color or not. And you know, when you look at the smaller objects, hey Ray, how are you? I know the TIAC is going same time. Actually, I didn't realize. I know they're showing the starless thing. Yeah, I'll watch it later. I was trying to get the telescope set up, so it's all ready to go right now. So yeah, I was saying like these like tiny objects, RASA picks up. I mean, doesn't matter, RASA or any F2 system, I guess, that has a big aperture. Even a hyperstar system will pick up, you know, this stuff. But particularly with RASA, the color correction is there with the 3 lenses in the front. And you will start seeing, I don't know if you're seeing colors or not. What camera am I using? I'm using ZWO ASI071. I need to get a better camera. Like a full frame kind of, but this is actually pretty good. Yeah, ZWO ASI071, it's pretty expensive camera. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It goes very well with like live watching and all. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Do you guys like make out the color at all, or is it difficult to see the colors? I mean, it's like not a whole lot, but you will see like breaking out kind of in red, green and all. Yeah, it's pretty good. If everyone is okay, I think we can move to Saturn, or if you wanted to kind of wanted to look at it for a little while, I can keep it for a while. Kind of washed out a little. Oh. Yeah, I'm also zoomed in way too much. Also internet speed maybe. Hey Mark, North Carolina, how is the weather there? The hurricane is coming like South Carolina, right? It's coming towards SE, right? Yeah, I think it's a bit washed out. I believe so. It's not like really crispy color, but it's pretty neat. Yeah, put it to the right just to make sure that we have that we see a little bit of like dark screen, so it will be easier to see wherever you're watching. Yeah, if you have a big monitor and you're watching on a big monitor, great. If you're watching on a cell phone, I hope you're picking up the colors and stuff. Let me show you the brightness of Jupiter. Let's reduce the gain a little bit. And hey, by the way, it's not just the camera that I'm using that is helping right now. I'm also using a kind of filter. Like what I realized was, so there are two kinds of filters there. Like one is IR pass filter. I'm just typing it in here in the live chat. And the other one is IR UV cut filter. So oh, cool. Yeah, thanks, CJ. Yeah, I believe, yeah, even on RASA, it's pretty neat that we are able to watch, like, you know, yeah, it's pretty neat actually to see the stuff. It's audio leads are good. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to tell you about the two important filters. Like one is the IR pass filter. The other one is IR UV cut filter. And what I am realizing now is if you are watching like planets, the IR pass filters is good. Like it doesn't matter which company. Right now I'm using the better ones, like the IR pass filter. I think they are like really good for planets and even like moon and all. But if you are watching like, you know, deep space objects like nebula and all, you need like a cut filter, IR UV cut filter. So actually it brings more nebulosity. So on RASA, I wasn't getting like good planetary stuff before. That problem is actually, I mean, not the colors that I wanted it. And I'm seeing pretty good colors now with the regular camera. I mean, the weather isn't like great, but it's not terrible. So I can see fairly good contrast there. I think last live session when I was doing like a test live, that day when I was watching the Jupiter, I think the colors were much better. So if you guys are good, then we can move to the Saturn, or we can watch Jupiter for a while. What do you think? The color is really, really good. I really like it. It's getting better actually. It's going up in the... Let's hit Saturn. Okay. All right. Oh, look at the size. So that's Saturn with all the moons, guys. So this is a moon right here, a moon right here, a moon right here, another one right here. Saturn has like 52 moons. One right here, one right here, one right here, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. So many of them. So this is like the glory of Saturn with all the moons. Yeah, that's Saturn with so many moons. It's like kind of amazing. And that's the power of RASA. Like when you see like all those moons, like you see the colors, like how they changed. So that's Saturn with like so many moons. I just reduced the brightness a little bit to get like a little clear picture, because it's doing a huge reflection on the top, like right here. So I just wanted to cut down the reflection. But if we put a lot of brightness on it, you'll see like pretty much a lot of moons there. And it's fabulous to watch. When I watched the moons for the first time, bring the gain down maybe a little bit more. Okay, hold on. So if I reduce the gain way too much, and even this one, you actually will see the Saturn. This is way zoomed in, but you know, you get the idea. Oh, cool. I'm playing with the setting there to see if I can control the audio a little bit. So this is better. Okay. So that's Saturn, guys. What do you guys think? I actually got surprised more when I saw a whole bunch of moons. I know like Saturn has like 50 some moons, but never thought I'll see like 10, 15 moons there. So that's like unheard of. Hey Ray, just try increasing the gain like more, I guess. So you see that? Yeah, thanks. Thank you. When am I building an observatory? Um, I I have a homeowners association. So if I build something, it has to be like a horse ranch or something. Like they are pretty strict. It should look like your house kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wanted to one day for sure. Yeah, I wanted like probably 3 or 4 piers, honestly, not just one. Um, it's easy to build. It's not like that difficult. I mean, like most of people that are building nowadays got so many designs there. It's not that expensive to build an observatory anymore. Not anymore. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. Do you guys wanted to go next to the what did we say? The Lagoon Nebula? Yeah, Ray, please send details on Instagram. I would love to see it. All right, who wants to go to the next target, the lagoon? All right, we are going to lagoon. The way I wanted to do is, this is going to be a bit weird, so stay with me here. I'm going to close the camera here, put a message saying we are going to lagoon. Okay. I have to come up with a better messaging technique. That one is pretty rudimentary kind of message. Okay, so go to you guys should see my screen. Oops. You guys see my sequence generator screen? Hey Mitch, how are you? Can you hear me now? All right, guys, can you hear me now? Oh, thank you. All right. So I turned the cooler on. I'll bring it down a little. If I bring it too fast, it will get cloudy on the cooler. So I'm trying to not bring it too fast down because it's too humid here. I have to do like 5 degrees at a time. So, okay, so I'll do a little bit of balancing the color. Hey Mitch, you hear me on the thing? So, yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, it's easy to stack it, honestly, and then see it, but I think this is pretty good. Let me show you guys quickly one thing, since you just saw this one. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to change the filter and come back. Okay, I just changed the filter from the IR pass filter to IR UV filter. So this will give like lot more details than the other one. I mean, if we can stack it, I think it will be much better, but that's what you would see if we just look at a 30-second exposure. All right, I'm taking a, I guess, 30-second exposure on Sequence Generator Pro just to show you guys the other side of it. I think you saw live. I'm just thinking like to show you how a 30-second exposure will do it. The HFR is like 2.66. I think it can go with a, I think when I change the filter, I think I lost the focus, looks like. I set up the autofocus, so I think I can afford to run the autofocus. So let me see if that thing works. Yeah, it can go a little focus once changing the filter needs a bit of, it should be around like 1.9 something, so finally the automatic focuser is working. I mean, it needs more perfection, but it's doing the job pretty good. Mark, my skies here, I don't know, I maybe like, I'm like in orange, not red, something like that. Like right outside of red. North of me is red, south of me is whatever the gray color. I'm like somewhere in between, so. Yeah, this is pretty good. Not too bad. Turn the gain down. Mitch, I think you need to like drag Yeah, 30 seconds, it's not too bad. Let me do like a 60 seconds and then we'll move to the next target. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are going to the next target. We will see that in color when we switch over. I'm just playing around with the settings here, so you can barely see it, I guess. What do you guys think? Yeah, you can barely see it. All right, so we can move to the next target. Let me see what it is. So we are going to the Omega, and we wanted to see how that is going to come out. So these are all these targets are in the Milky Way region. So right now, the Milky Way is like right on top. It's kind of going to set down towards north. So before it goes like further down, folks, what you're watching right now is called Omega. It's like a 30 seconds exposure. And let's see how we see that in the color. You guys like it? It's kind of barely visible. but it's kind of cool actually to see that that it is out there. So yeah, the skies are a bit hazy. So this is Omega Nebula. It's also in the same Milky Way region. It's pretty intense to watch. If you stack this picture right, I think you will see a lot more details there. But like seeing live is going to make it way too colorful to watch. Yeah, some of these screens, like some of these, like we won't be able to watch them like through the eyepiece because they are not like bright enough, and the regular scopes like the one that we watch, they don't bring enough light for us to see it. But the scopes like RASA or F2, you know, typically they don't have an eyepiece. They are designed for photography, so they bring a lot of light, and it's good for the camera sensor, I guess. Yes, Mark, thanks. Yeah, it's also called Swan Nebula. So most of the deep space objects that we watch, other than like galaxies, like they are all like inside our galaxy, like particularly these summer constellations, summer nebulae that we watch. Pretty much they are all part of the same Milky Way region, the Omega, the Trifid, the Lagoon, the ones that we are watching, they are all part of that, one of the arms of the Milky Way. Yeah, so we are pretty close to the Sagittarius constellation right now. So whenever we are going closer to the Sagittarius constellation, we are going pretty close to the center of our galaxy. So pretty much to the center of our galaxy. Okay. So we are pretty close to it's pretty neat actually to go towards the center of the Milky Way. So I'm showing you guys like a screen where you are. So this is the region that we are. Let me go back there. Yeah, so this is the region where we are right now. So this is what we call typically like really close to the center of our galaxy. All right, if everyone is good, we will move to the next target that we have. All right, so now the place where we are going to is where like our astronomers are trying to take a picture of what we call black hole. So they already took a picture once. Now they are trying to take like, you know, our center of the galaxy. So let me show you guys the Virgo cluster, the picture where they took. If it works. I'll be right back. It's too late for the MIT7, the Virgo cluster, the black hole I was talking about. We can try taking a picture of or watching a similar one in our own backyard. Let's look at our Sagittarius. So this is kind of our Milky Way, and this is like a center of the Milky Way. So we wanted to go here to this region and see how it is. I mean, it's kind of pretty neat to watch that area, that's all. All right, we are actually trying to slew towards the Sagittarius A star, if possible. All right. So you see barely like the 2 seconds exposure. Like this is the Milky Way region. Like this is what they call bulge, the center. So the picture that they are trying to take doesn't even fit like a pin of a needle. Like it's like literally eye somewhere here. Let me see if I can center this properly and go back normal way. Yeah, it's barely we can see. It's pretty hazy out there. Let's see if we can see anything in the color. Yeah, it's pretty hazy. I mean, it's very difficult actually to see that area. Yeah, it's not very visible at all on the screen. I can see a little bit on my screen, but I don't know if I can show you guys. All right, rather than spending time on this one, we will quickly go to, let me go back to the chat screen for a second and see if If you all wanted to go to the Eagle, or if you wanted to go to the Andromeda Galaxy. Can't wait to see the pillars. Okay, so let me go to the Eagle. Oh, this is pretty good, CJ. This is more than what we, yeah, see guys, do you guys see it? This is actually the Eagle. Let me try to disconnect the camera here for a second. All right, we are trying to see the pillars of creation. It's called Eagle Nebula, like basically somewhere in the middle, you see that very famous all right. Let's take like maybe a 30-second exposure and see if we can capture any details. So this is the color camera you're looking at, and we are just using no hydrogen alpha filter. This is just a regular RGB camera with a IR UV filter. Yeah, we can barely see it. I don't know if you can actually make out. I can turn. Can you guys see it in that 30-second exposure? It's like pretty bright area over there. So let's go to the color and see if it makes sense, and then we'll go to the galaxy itself. Okay, give me 1 second. Not enough details actually, you can see. Yeah, it's like very bright, the rest of the area. Yeah, it's barely visible. So yeah, I'll move on to the galaxy itself and see how we can I'm just giving it a minute to see if it is going to settle. It's kind of the same screen, so guys, we are going to the Andromeda Galaxy right now. Telescope is slewing to the Andromeda right now. It's so easy to go from place to place at home, and these are thousands of light years apart. Amazing. I don't even need to center it. It just went to the center itself. I don't want to make it too bright, but you're watching it live. You can see the core of the galaxy and the rest of the galaxy itself. Yeah, this is actually showing live. What we have to appreciate is I'm not stacking anything, I'm not doing anything. I mean, this is literally what you are seeing right now is what is out there. It's just showing, I guess, like a 1 second capture on Celestron RASA. It's pretty neat actually to watch those images so live. And imagine what you can do when you take not 1 second but 30 seconds of this galaxy and take an exposure, which I'll show you in a minute. What you're watching right now is the Andromeda Galaxy. This one, the one in the middle, it's M31. There are a couple of smaller galaxies, like this little guy here. It's not little, it's eating, this big one is eating this galaxy. So this is M110, I think. And there is one more galaxy right here. What is it, like M32, right? All right, so if you guys are good, we'll move on to taking a picture of this one in 30 seconds and see how it comes out. I'm just moving the screen here so that you can see what I'm doing. So this is the, I'm just doing HDR on this one, no gain at all, zero gain. And connected the micro touch focuser as well. Let's take a 30-second exposure. Hey, thanks, Rob. Hey, thanks for joining. By the way, I didn't see you earlier. All right, guys. There you go. I'm just taking like 10 pictures of 30 seconds of Andromeda Galaxy. So 30-second exposure, 10 pictures, that's like 5 minutes, right? and it will ask for the PhD to work on. So by the way, PhD is showing Andromeda Galaxy as well, like this one right here. It's like a tiny little. Yeah, it's doing the guiding. I don't know. I'll just keep this window go away for now. So this is the profile. Let me see if it connects to the PhD or not. Oh, it goes through the direct mount guider. I think I'm fine with it, but let's do the PhD. Why not? Do a small dither like every 3 frames. That's fine. So this is pretty good actually, like the way it turns out to be. So I don't want to turn the camera. I think we can use this as it is. And take pictures, I guess. Let's see how it goes. It's complaining about the temperature of the scope. Yeah, I don't want it to go down to like minus and all, so it's pretty humid out there. So this is more than enough. Thanks, Jess. So right now the HFR is like 191. Guiding is at like RMS error of 1. There's still some RA I need to fix. I think that's the problem a little bit. But I don't mind 1.91. It's pretty neat. I can take it. If you guys wanted to see zooming in inside how it is, it's pretty neat. It comes out beautiful. It comes really, really strong. It's pretty awesome actually to watch. Yeah, this is 30-second exposure. So literally, if you spend, I don't know, like typically like 5-10 minutes, you get what you need. You can get the perfection, like in terms of all the details when you stack it. If we overexpose more than this, particularly for the galaxies, I think you get way too bright core. So all right, so guys, I'll create another live event just to do kind of capture and processing. I think it's getting too late. What do you guys think? We'll call it a night for now. All right, guys, thank you very much. I think I tried my best, and I will try one more session, like a different kind of a session, play around with it. I have some experience now with the live event, so I'll try, probably a different kind of a session, a bit better than what this is. Thanks for coming and chatting on a weekend. Thank you very much. Good night or good evening, everyone.